Hey everybody, welcome to etrailer.com. I'm Bobby, and today we're taking a look at the Yakima JayLow, a J-Style Kayak carrier that's going to allow you to carry either one or two of your kayaks to wherever your destination might be taking you. So it is going to be a J-Style kayak carrier, as we mentioned. What that's going to allow us to do as well, actually go ahead and fold these arms up when they're not in use. That's going to be great for when you guys want to get through those drive-thrus, pull this in the garage, parking garages, anything like that. And if we want to, we can go ahead and actually bring those arms to a 90-degree kind of vertical posting, and that allows you to actually put two kayak carriers up on here, two kayaks on your carrier, which is great. Now the things to keep in mind with this, for just your single line system like you're seeing here today, just getting one kayak there, you are going to have an 80-pound capacity limit on there, and as on putting two kayaks, you will have about 110 weight capacity. So keep that in mind as you guys are going forward. But let's go ahead and start breaking down some of our great features. So on the end of the JayLow here, you are seeing some nice little ramps here. These become great just to go ahead and get that top of the kayak in position, and you can slide it up all the rest of the way. We'll kind of break that down as we get this guy off here in just a second. But taking a look at the straps too, these guys do a great little job. You have a lot of strap here, as you guys can see. But do take note of how it's kind of ran. We'll kind of show you guys the breakdown in here in just a second how to take it off. But these guys are great. I really like the rubber coated metal cam buckle here. That makes it great not to go ahead and rub up against our kayak to cause any kind of damage or wear and tear, nothing like that. And again, this fabric is going to be holding up well. Doesn't seem like it's going to be fraying after just one or two takeouts, which is great. It is going to be nice and sturdy to go ahead and start holding our kayak. But let's go ahead and also take a look at our bow and stern straps. So here we are on the stern of our kayak. As you guys can see, we just kind of head and given ourselves a nice little strap contact point to hold us in place. Basically, we don't want those winds or gusts to go ahead and rip our kayak off of our vehicle as we're driving, and this is a great way of preventing that, as your kayak's not going to be able to oscillate just like so. But just to give you guys an idea of how to go ahead and actually get this put in place, probably going to have to unloosen this just a little bit to go ahead and show you our actual S-hook. And with that, we can go ahead and open this up just to give us a look at how we're actually holding ourselves in here. On the end of our strap, we are just going to have a metal S-hook, so that becomes really easy to go ahead and throw on. Inside of our Bronco here, we do have a Bronco Sport, we do have some nice tie-off points, which is excellent. Going to make this really easy to actually tie in. The one thing with the S-hooks though, they are metal, so do keep that in mind as you guys are setting them up. Now there are a couple different ways of going about this. If you guys wanted to, you could take a look at the etrailer Kayak tie-down kit. That gives you a nice lot of straps that can be included to go ahead and, yes, hold on your kayak and your bow and stern straps. But one thing that's really nice about it, you get some foam anchors, and that becomes really easy not to have to worry about our attachment points. So if you guys do start getting a lot of cargo, maybe something that's getting in the way, that could be a nice way. This is giving yourself a temporary attachment point. Well, as you guys saw, that hatch was able to open, getting out of the way for our kayak, which is great. Still getting access to that cargo. You also do have clearance here with just the glass on our Bronco, which is great. So if you still need that quick access, you still have it. Now we've gone ahead and removed our bow and our stern strap, and just to show you guys how we have this ran, let's take a look at our strap. So we have our one excess here, and we have our other end that actually has our cam buckle. And as you guys can see, that actually goes around our kayak at the top and bringing both ends of the strap across our kayak and underneath here. Why we're doing that? We want all of our pressure pushing our kayak into our carrier, just like you're seeing. And to get this undone, really doesn't take any time at all. The one thing I will say, you're probably gonna have a lot of extra strap just like we do, as you guys can see. So folding this up is always a way. Ponytail holder becomes excellent just to go ahead and wrap it up, and that way it's not flopping around everywhere. Again, you could look at the etrailer Kayak strap tie-down kit. Gives you a lot of great accessories as well. But to get this guy off, all we have to do is simply press here on our lever. That's gonna go ahead and allow those teeth to open up. Let me take out this strap, and then we just want to kind of undo it here in the bottom. I do have it run through our roof rack as well. I like doing that just to make sure that we are putting a lot of that upwards pressure on our entire roof rack system, which is going to be nice and secure. And yeah, all we have to do is simply pull our cam buckle down towards us. That way the metal isn't up in the air and come crashing down. And there we are, nice and released. So we can go ahead and repeat that process on the other side and begin to dismount our kayak. Now with our straps undone, we go ahead and start dismounting our kayak. Now what I like to do, guys, is push on this bottom. That allows you to rotate this top towards you. Now, if you're a little vertically challenged, that's okay too. We got a lot of people in the shop just like that, and what's been helpful for us is to go ahead, grab on the side here of your cockpit. That way you can go ahead and assist this in its dismount, and that allows you to keep most of the weight still on your carrier, right, and not have it come flying towards you, which is excellent. Then you get yourself situated underneath your kayak, simply lift up and walk away. With our kayak removed, we can take a closer look here at our carrier. As you guys are seeing, we do have some nice little foam padding here, or I'm sorry, rubber padding on the bottom side here, which is really nice. Now these grooves are great to give you a little texture to hopefully keep your kayak from shifting when you have it on there. But if you're properly tying it down, you should have no issue as well. I do like the marine grade foam here in the back too. It is really nice. You know it's going to be holding up well. It doesn't have any of those kind of open formats, or I'm sorry, open areas for any kind of grime or dirt to get into, making this really easy to clean as well. So that's one thing I like about it. And of course, we do have our adjuster here. So all we have to do, guys, bring that lever out to the side, and that allows me to move this in all the way. I can bring it down close, or I can go ahead and actually stand it up in that 90 degree, and that allows you to actually get 2 kayaks on here. Now with that, I might find something to go ahead and still put on your roof rack system here in the bottom. Again, if you do have a nice one like the Yakima here, they usually do have that nice textured rubber topper. That's always nice, but a little something else to help hold on to it can go a long way. So a couple things we want to look at here though, how much height are we adding onto our Ford Bronco Sport, right? Well, that is also going to be just a little dependent on your roof rack, guys. So the one thing we're going to do, measure from our roof rack system here today to give you guys the right height, and that way you can add it to your roof rack at home. So going from the top of our roof rack here to the very top of the JayLow is putting you at 19 inches when it is in its vertical position. Now if we were to flip this to its J-Style Kayak carrier position, that is going to be putting you right around 18 inches, so maybe 1/8 of an inch right there to the top as well. So definitely nothing too crazy, and we can shorten that down just like we said. So just bring that lever out, bring this in, and now to the top here of our posting, that's going to put you right at 4 inches for yourself. So definitely not adding too much height. Of course, keep in mind, we are on the Yakima Jetstream crossbars with the ridgeline tower. So kind of keep that in mind as you guys are going forward. But yeah, definitely not taking up too much room. Love that we can condense it down. That's about it. One thing I really like about the JayLow though is its mounting system here. So you guys can see we just have these 2 little levers on the side, act just like hand knobs. So righty, tighty, lefty, loosey. And that basically brings in this outside track here, shifts it out or brings it in. As you guys can see, it is molded really, really well to fit on a variety of different bars. I think the Aero bars here are excellent as it fits right in that middle, just gets a good clamp on everything. But one thing that's great about it being on the Ford Bronco Sport too is we don't have to worry about our clearance here in the back. Now, one thing that's great, our Yakima bars are giving us a ton of clearance, but if you're not quite like us and your towers aren't giving you nearly as much clearance, you might start having some other issues here in the back half as our roof actually raises up. So one thing I love, we're not worried about that. We can go ahead and clamp on in no time. And at the end of the day too, if you're really worried about your carriers and you do like this J-style kind of act of folding down and keeping it on your roof, highly recommend grabbing yourself some locking cores from Yakima, and you actually can get that key to like to their same key system. So if you have any other accessories from Yakima, much like, I don't know, their towers and their roof rack, you actually can get those all key to like. That way you can start protecting your investment and nobody can take your things while they're unattended. Overall, guys, I think the JayLow is an excellent J-style kayak carrier. I love that we have the option of grabbing 2 kayaks with us if we want as well. But again, it just does an excellent job of getting that kayak up on there with us with no trouble. I like that front plate too. It really helps getting it on there. And in my opinion, you're really getting the best security you can for any of those kayak carriers out there. Now, there's a lot of them, much like the etrailer J-style Kayak carrier, that's giving you a lot of the great features you see on here. But a lot of times you just end up taking it off, and there's really no point of having the J-style if you can't just go ahead, fold it down, leave it on there with no worries. So that's one thing I love about Yakima, and they really do deliver in that regards. Well, guys, I think that about does it for our look at the Yakima JayLow J-Style Kayak Carrier here on our 2021 Ford Bronco Sport. I'm Bobby. Thank you for watching.